EPA announced that Xiaoliuqiu will become a plastic-free and low-carbon footprint area. Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital trains humane doctors through its Taiwan International Medical Personnel Center. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. According to statistics, approximately 1 million tourists visit Xiaoliuqiu each year. With a large number of tourists, tons of garbage are also piling up on the island. This is why the EPA has announced that the island is going to become a plastic-free, low-carbon footprint and wildlife protection area.
Diving into the ocean, a sea turtle is slowly dying. The diver pulled on him slowly, but all he got was a long strand of plastic bags. When the plastic bags are out of their system, the sea turtles are like reborn again. Xiaoliuqiu in Pingdong is currently the island with the highest density of sea turtles in Taiwan's waters, but the drift of garbage has become their kryptonite.
Most are plastic bags and rubber bands thrown all over the place. To give you an alarming picture, every single one of the injured sea turtles that we have rescued have some type of man-made object in their excrement.
Xiaoliuqiu attracts 1 million visitors each year, and the amount of garbage produced is as high as 1,900 tons a year. There needs to be a balance between tourism and environmental protection. This starts with reducing the amount of plastic that is used.
This tiny little island, where each person carries one plastic bottle, amounts to 1 million bottles per year. This is under the assumption of a person only drinking one. If we all used a personal reusable water bottle, we can reduce up to 200,000 kilograms of carbon dioxide emissions.
The EPA and the Tourism Bureau jointly launched Xiaoliuqiu as a demonstration project for a non-plastic and low-carbon footprint island. To start the process of lowering carbon footprints, each month we rent out over 6,000 reusable water bottles. We promote sorting recyclable items and strongly forbid littering around the ocean. We work tirelessly with the local hotels to advocate for reusable and biodegradable items. The children on the island are active in promoting environmental protection. There is only one Earth. Everyone needs to do their part.
In Malaysia, Tzu Chi volunteers have started to carry out their Happy Campus program at Palanisamy Kumaran Elementary School in Kedah since 2014. The volunteers have also been promoting environmental protection. Since there's no place to store the recyclable goods on campus, the volunteers have built a prefabricated recycling storage unit at the school. In 2014, Tzu Chi volunteers started to carry out Happy Campus program at SJK Palanisamy Kumaran in Kedah. Besides distributing scholarships and teaching Qingsi aphorisms, they also promoted recycling. However, there was not a place to store the recyclable goods. Therefore, the school has decided to provide an empty lot where Tzu Chi volunteers could build a prefabricated recycling storage unit.
Been carrying out a program at this Tamil elementary school to nurture the students' wisdom. We need to work hard to promote environmental protection because our master has taught us that recycling starts at home. We hope these students will learn such concepts.
Thanks to Tzu Chi, we are able to teach students the importance of environmental protection. I think the best time to teach them this concept is when they are young.
Since it's everyone's responsibilities to protect the environment, the volunteers will continue to teach the students environmental concepts. Keep on DaAi Kindergarten in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, hosted a parent-child field trip where the teachers brought them to the nearby park for a picnic.
Today's classroom is on the prairie, and parents have also joined the class.
We should seize the opportunities to grow with our children. I took him to the park every week to do exercises, but I've never taken him for a picnic here. We've never had so many friends gather here, so he's very happy.
The theme of the activity is Joyful Family. Parents and children play games together while seizing the opportunity to get closer to nature.
This is my family, and there are a total of 5 members. There is my mother, father, oldest sister, second older sister, and me.
This is awesome. It's great that they can discover the nature and get in touch with it. This is a good activity because both of us are busy with work. Don't have the time to take them to places like this.
Playing games together and laughing cheerfully, the parents and children have bonded and enjoyed this field trip immensely.
Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School in Thailand started a semester in May, and the Buddha Day ceremony was hosted on the second day of school. Let's join them there.
May is the season to be appreciative and show filial piety. Teachers and students in Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School honored the Buddha together and gave thanks for the blessing they received from the Buddha, their parents, and humanity. The peaceful ceremony has deeply touched one of their teachers.
My heart is full of joyfulness being here today at the Buddha Day ceremony. Just like what the Master teaches, every student and teacher in the school shares the same heart and mind.
Bowing to the Buddha and receiving the fragrant flowers, there were 2 ceremonies on the same day, and it's the first time for many new students to participate in the event. Everyone shared the same heart to pray for world peace. This is when their minds are the most calm.
I was especially touched during the prayer song. Everyone was willing to give blessings to the people in need and wish peace and auspiciousness onto society.
Students are surrounded by Dharma blessings on the second day of school, which gives them a chance to cleanse their minds and have a good start to the beginning of the new semester.
Before, many tribal villages faced a crisis in the form of outward migration due to work opportunities. One such case is in Tainan's Dongsan district. Recently, with the establishment of Xingying and Liuying industrial parks, many young people are attracted to return to their hometowns.
After singing a song to conclude school for the day, Balang Elementary School students line up and get ready to leave their school. They won't be attending any cram schools or art courses or school activities, as their tribal village has arranged an after-school program for them. As for their thoughts on the future, these kids have the following comments.
Do I want to stay in the village and work? Yes, I want to do this so I can help my parents.
What do I want to do? I don't know.
While their future may still be far off, giving them time to think, the reality is that few young people are willing to stay in the tribe. Not only do indigenous people in the mountains suffer such a fate, but also those in the plains.
People here who want to find work mostly are steel workers or work with molds. It is hard work, but they need to do it for 3 meals a day. It's impossible to go without work, so some of the villagers here also become electrical workers, climbing poles and installing streetlights.
Tainan's Dongsan district Kabuasa village is the home of the Syria tribe. The public temple is a center for their religious beliefs. And on September 5th of the lunar calendar, there's a grand night festival. Duan Lilu plays an important role in this celebration. The Kankei is a traditional Syria ritual to be performed during festivals, which is done to honor Arito. This is a recording of this rare melody. In addition, writings by the missionaries, this indigenous tribe has no written language, as they only have an oral history.
One song is like a prayer for rain during the time of drought. Normally, we can only sing it after August 15 on the lunar calendar, and then afterward, you can sing it anytime you want.
Living in Kapua's village for 50 or 60 years, Xiaoliuqiu works as a farmer during the day and at a glove factory in the evening. In the early years in this agricultural society, she saw many ethnic minorities moving to large cities to seek a living. However, in recent years, the Liuying and Xinying Industrial Park were established, attracting a lot of the population back to the area. With the population of Donghe, where Kapua village is located, the population has increased by more than 500 in the past 4 years. Basic needs are met, these Syria tribe members begin to think about the next step, which is preserving their cultural heritage and official recognition.
The older generation of people 50 years ago were afraid that people would laugh if they knew we were indigenous. Their children 50 years later fear that nobody knows that they are indigenous. It's really like this now.
The perception of indigenous in society has changed, and so has their status. According to the latest survey conducted by the Council of Indigenous Peoples, the average annual income of indigenous families in 2014 was $21,974, which was more than 30% what it was in 2000. A stable income does improve the economy of indigenous households, though this money is earned through hard work and doesn't come without a cost.
As a mission, the Taiwan International Medical Personnel Center was established for training purposes 4 years ago at the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital. Many oral surgeons have been through the training, and they've also been deeply touched by Tzu Chi's humanistic culture.
Inside the oral surgery examination rooms, you can always hear English conversations, talking about specific treatment plans for a case. Dr. J from the Philippines is one of the participants of the International Medical Personnel Exchange Program at the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital. He will be here for a year and 4 months to further his trainings.
And they also have the planning in using the technology. They have the 3D scanner, they have the softwares, how to cut the bone, and they could make a cutting guide for the bone. So it's more precise.
Other than the normal clinical hours, the basic medical knowledge, making rounds and discussing about a case, he is really a talented physician. As far as the level of advancement and professionalism in oral surgeons in the Philippines, he is definitely a front runner.
In fact, Dr. J was already here back in 2014. He was the first round of oral surgeons that came to Tzu Chi Hospital for clinical observations. He was so impressed by Tzu Chi's unique approach, so he came back again.
They have a lot of cases regarding oral cancer. Their management of oral cancer is very good, and the quality of life of patients really improve a lot. And they have a unique approach on the patient because they treat the patient like their family.
Starting in 2014, through the training programs, Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital has already trained a total of 4 Mongolian, 4 Filipino, and 1 Cambodian oral surgeons. They're all the top in their fields back at home, so not only are they bringing back what they have learned professionally in Taiwan, but also the Tzu Chi spirit that is instilled in our medical mission.
Efforts have been put into helping the visually impaired individuals return to the workplace. Tzu Chi has teamed up with the Institute for the Blind of Taiwan to help them use their senses to the best of their potentials.
The teacher is hard at work explaining every little gesture and pressure points on the body to the students. They value quality over quantity, so small classes are the norm for learning how to properly give a massage to a person. Che Wen-li lost her sight due to gestational diabetes. She's very focused in class and takes nothing for granted because she knows this is her second chance at being self-sufficient.
You just have to take the first step towards success. Our goal is to return back to the workforce and regain our dignity. We are learning the second skill that will help us to be self-sufficient.
It's not only an issue with being visually impaired, but it comes with multiple complications as well. Their biggest challenge is that they're forced to break off from their career path, making it difficult on their families.
In order to help the visually impaired individuals, the Institute takes in 16 students each year, free of charge. This includes food, lodging, and vocational training. With the help of Tzu Chi backing them up the whole way, it gives great comfort and motivation for the staff of the Institute.
It's a great program that they have here at the Institute. They make sure to take care of all aspects of the individual, psychologically, physically, and spiritually. The mentors have been there every step of the way with one-on-one interactions and care for each student. That is not an easy thing to do long-term.
Complete blindness does not mean your life is over. Through love and learning new skill sets, individuals with disabilities are more than capable returning back to the workforce and create a second chance at life for themselves.
In Taiwan, Taichung City Civic Affairs Bureau has worked together with enterprises to donate refrigerators to 10 charity organizations. Among the recipients is Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital's Nursing Care Center. The representative of the Taichung City Civic Affairs Bureau officially donates refrigerators to 10 charity organizations.
Without these charity organizations, we would not know where to donate our refrigerators. The rich can donate money while others contribute time and effort. Together we can contribute to the society.
The bureau chief said that he hopes to inspire more people to give of themselves. Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital's Nursing Care Center will place the refrigerator in the baking classroom on the 6th floor.
We feel very warm upon receiving the refrigerator. We plan to place this in our beautiful kitchen.
The grandpas and grandmas can bake cookies and pastries here. We also use the space for preparing juice for our patients with feeding tubes.
The love of people in the society has helped charity organizations. This will also inspire more people to put their love into actions. The Department of Chinese Medicine at Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital has set up a TCM Special Clinic in a geriatric psychiatric daycare center. The medical team has combined treatments of TCM and Western medicine to care for dementia or other patients.
Placing acupuncture needles on the head and troublesome areas of the body, the doctor assesses the senior's physical condition with inhalation therapy. This is used to strengthen blood circulation and refresh the brain cells. The doctor treats dementia with traditional Chinese medicine methods.
From the viewpoint of traditional Chinese medicine, we think dementia patients have degenerative problems with their livers and kidneys. So when we treat the patients, we will target their kidneys to improve their overall functioning.
In consideration of dementia patients who may forget where they are when they go to general clinics or are at a disadvantage due to mental issues, accommodations have been provided for them. Besides the Western medicine rehabilitation treatments, the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital has also set up a TCM Special Clinic in the geriatric psychiatric daycare center.
We combine the treatments of traditional Chinese medicine and Western medicine, including therapies of acupuncture, deep tissue massage, and other therapies. This will help improve the patient's degenerative problems of memory loss.
Ms. Chen, who was initially unable to lie down because she had shortness of breath and felt dizzy easily, can now lie down after undergoing acupuncture treatments.
After undergoing acupuncture treatments, I feel more comfortable and energetic.
Ensuring safety with one-on-one care, the medical team combines both TCM and Western medicine, trying their best to safeguard the health of elderly patients with dementia.
Hyperbaric oxygen therapy has been an effective treatment plan for many chronic wound patients. This is where the patient enters an oxygen pressure field chamber, where it helps increase the blood plasma oxygen carrying capacities.
Holding a camera, documenting different people and sites is what Mr. Tsai loves to do. However, under his pant legs, he harbors painful large area wounds that is preventing him from continuing his hobby.
20 years ago, I accidentally cut my foot on the coral reefs in the water. Afterwards, I didn't really think it was a big deal, so I just brought some ointment to treat it. Unfortunately, the wound never healed, but became even bigger. I eventually went to the doctor and was diagnosed with acute cellular inflammation. Was even told that I might have to amputate my foot.
It has been 20 years of struggling with his chronic wounds, with the threat of amputation that looms over his head. It wasn't until the doctors started to remove the damaged tissues in conjunction with the hyperbaric oxygen therapy that he see improvements.
One hand on the mask and one hand puts the stress back, just like putting on a hat.
This is an oxygen mask. It mainly provides 100% pure oxygen to the patients.
Regular breathing already provides enough oxygen that the body needs. So, if we want to achieve more oxygen intake, it's necessary to pressurize, that is, increase the partial pressure of oxygen. This is what speeds up the healing process.
In the case of tissue repair, it can promote the proliferation of fibroblasts and produce more collagen and granulation tissue. This is a positive response to wound healing. The hyperbaric oxygen therapy also helps regenerate the tissue's blood vessels, help to grow more at a faster rate. It lets more oxygen and nutrients go directly to the tissues.
In addition, wound tissue is usually in a state of hypoxia, or lack of oxygen, resulting in reduced bactericidal capacity of leukocytes at the lesion. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy can also improve hypoxia of the lesion tissue and increase leukocyte bactericidal power.
After about 10 sessions, the pain is significantly reduced and the wound looks more pink in color.
After 20 sessions of hyperbaric oxygen therapy, Mr. Tsai's wounds have almost fully healed. Doctors then use skin grafts to help him fully heal. Now, Mr. Tsai is back on his feet, doing what he loves most, photography and film. He has also been an active volunteer and advocate for the Hyperbaric Oxygen Therapy Center.
In order for people to understand how Master Zheng Yan overcame hardship in Tzu Chi's early days, Malacca Tzu Chi volunteer Tan An Lek has created a 3D wooden hut model that simulates the one used by Master in early cultivation.
Simulating the wooden hut where Master Zheng Yan used to conduct stomach practice in her early days, there is only a cushion, a table, and a bag. This is 8 times reduction in the size of the real wooden hut. The Malacca Tzu Chi volunteers spent nearly a month creating this model.
After I sprayed white paint on the vase, I used a hairdryer to blow the surface and made it foam just like carved work. This way it won't look flat. It's not easy for me to cut up the bamboo into pieces which are flat and have the same size. As for the round table, I used the wood from a dead tree here to make the tabletop. Can you see that this was originally a scoop? I cut its handle off and hammered it flat. The 2 handles were made by me.
Presenting the wooden huts as it really is, this model lets the visitors feel the master's hardships at their time.
If we didn't make it 3-dimensional, the visitors cannot see the inside of the model. In order to let people see inside of the wooden hut, we have made it elaborate so that it looks like a real one. This way, people will understand how Master Zheng Yan overcame hardships at that time.
As Dragon Boat Festival is approaching, Hualien Tzu Chi volunteers have packed nearly 500 servings of daily supplies to be delivered to care recipients. We'll leave you with these images at the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.